What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here. Welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk about Black Ops 4, the beta, and World War II Days of Summer. So let's get right into it, and this video mainly has to do about exclusivity. And right off the bat, I'm an Xbox player. I don't like PlayStation or Sony for their practices. And so I play on Xbox, and I have always enjoyed playing on Xbox, and it just seems like I'm getting penalized for choosing the console that my friends play on and that I want to play on. So I think that this in turn is really what's segregating Call of Duty. Many people would argue that Call of Duty is being segregated because they're charging for everything, as in their Battle Royale mode, the regular game, and people think that the game should be free or the Battle Royale mode should be free. And while I do agree that the Black Ops Pass should be free because there is microtransactions in the game and it would help keep the community together, I also think that the game chooses a different business model than that of Fortnite or any other games like Battle Royale or not that are free, because Call of Duty was never free, so it shouldn't try and mimic the other games. It's got to keep its standard and compete with the other games, but making it completely free is just out of the question, especially knowing Activision. So I don't see the point in complaining about that, and there's no real reason to. But the problem that I have is exclusivity, and we see it here with the sandbox map being 30 days later on Xbox and PC, which by that point it's going to be a stale old map that nobody's going to care about. And the main problem, I feel, that's the real problem with segregation, is the fact that this content that we're getting, which is awesome that it's free, but it's not available for everyone at the same time. I'm not on PlayStation 4, so I can't play the new sandbox map, which looks pretty cool. But the problem is that since it's only on PlayStation 4, I don't even really see anybody talking about it, and then by the time that it comes to Xbox, it's going to be even less than it already is right now. And the reason why I even bring this up for Black Ops 4 is because it worries me for the future, right? Now, obviously, I'm a little pissed off. If I had made this commentary yesterday when I had found out that it was available 30 days after PlayStation 4, it would have been a little bit different than it's turning out right now, to say the least, with the rage. But I have managed to calm down and express my thoughts on how I feel about it. Now, obviously, in the past, Xbox has gotten maps first, and PlayStation had to wait, but I'm not saying it has to be like that at all. I would actually like it to be together. We need to be together as a community, and Activision needs to realize this, whether that be with paid DLC maps that should be free with microtransactions that are already in the game, or content like this, like in events that release, should be free for everyone at the same time. So now we move forward into Black Ops 4, and already we're being segregated because PlayStation 4 only has access to the Back in Black maps on PlayStation 4's Black Ops 3, and you could only get that from the PlayStation 4 store. Also, the PlayStation 4 beta happens before the Xbox and PC beta, which has always been a thing. But just stupid decisions like this worry me, as well as what's happening with the events in World War II, for the events that are going to be in Black Ops 4. And if you did not know, Treyarch and Activision had already come out and stated that Black Ops 4 is going to have events like World War II, such as Days of Summer, or the Liberty Strike, or the Winter Siege, or the Resistance, where they're going to have a ton of events throughout the life cycle of Black Ops 4, and they're going to even be more events, they say, than World War II has, which is all very great and fantastic. And another thing that makes it great is the fact that they're going to include Black Ops Pass maps in these events. So throughout these events, apparently there's going to be Black Ops Pass maps included for free for a limited time, and then you could obviously get the Black Ops Pass to purchase them at a later time, which is another great thing, to experience more DLC content for free, even if it is for a limited time. However, there's an underlying problem here, and that's the fact that they're doing this already with World War II with the sandbox map. So in Black Ops 4, these maps, or even maps that weren't even supposed to be a part of the Black Ops Pass, are going to be segregated to PlayStation 4 players first, and Xbox and PC are going to have to wait a month after it already comes out, which is going to be stale, and nobody's going to be talking about it, and that's going to just make the game feel weak as a whole, and people are going to go play other games if they can't get the content right away on the console that they own. And I'm not even saying that it has to be at the exact same time, because I still know that there's going to be an exclusivity deal. But if they made the map release a week after it was already on PlayStation 4, it would still be an exclusivity deal, but it would be more inviting. It's like, oh, you know, I guess PlayStation gets a week ahead if you have that. But 30 days is a little bit ridiculous, and I think that we all have to admit that, even you, Activision. But not only this, Black Ops 4 already is confirmed to have supply drops, because you could pre-order high editions of the game to get COD points, which don't even get me started on those versions of the game, because I feel like they hold no value, since COD points are not real money worth, they're just in-game digital currency. So I find no value in buying a high edition of Black Ops 4, to be honest. But we already know supply drops are in the game. We know that there are going to be DLC weapons in the game based on Black Ops 3 and how successful it was. And we don't know really the supply drop model. Hopefully it is better than the one in Black Ops 3. But either way, they could still release weapons with these events, like as a pack, like World War II does, where we get 3 new weapons an event or whatever. And PlayStation 4 maybe gets some of the weapons before it happens over on Xbox and PC, which would even be really more disappointing than just a map. And we have seen this before in another Activision title, and that was with Destiny. Now, I don't know if Destiny 2 does this, but I remember back in Destiny 1, when PlayStation 4 got weapons that Xbox could not even have, or sometimes PlayStation 4 would get a weapon before it came out on the Xbox version of the game. Now, and that was published by Activision as well. Now, we look at Black Ops 4, and they could potentially do the same thing. It's all in the air. It really depends on what Activision wants to do, and I think that this is really upsetting. Because, let's just say, for example, just off the top of my head, they released the Scar from Black Ops 2 into the supply drops as a weapon you could get, and it's, you know, fantastic. It's coming. And it goes to PlayStation 4 first, and Xbox never sees it until 30 days later. Wouldn't that be pretty disappointing? Even if it was like a week release later, I could handle that, but a month is just like stale content, and they just have to know better than to release it a month later. And like I've said at the beginning of this video, if they keep the content together, it creates more hype or talk about the game. And it's just as simple as that. When you make content exclusive for one platform, it just really shoves a middle finger into the other platform's face, and they just feel inclined to decline the offer of playing the game, and they move on to other games. And that's really what I feel is the main point here. And it's going to happen with Black Ops 4, and that's what really worries me. It's not like a matter of, I wonder if it will happen. No, I definitely know that it's going to happen in Black Ops 4 with this exclusive segregation, but it just can't happen. Or at least if it does happen, make it a short exclusive period so that we can all enjoy the content at the same time. Now, I know there will be PlayStation fans that have said in the past and say to this day, well, Xbox used to get the content first, and now you have to wait just like we had to wait, and blah blah blah. But that's a terrible way of thinking. We should all be able to experience the content at the same time. I'm not even saying that Xbox should get it first like it used to be. We should all experience it at the same time. If you're going to charge us for maps and everything else, like the microtransactions in the game, the least you can do is give us the content at the same time. And I think that that's appropriate. But you can let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think that this DLC sort of model is going to be represented into Black Ops 4? Or do you think that they're not really going to follow this model of releasing free events a month later on Xbox and PC? Do you think maybe they'll make it closer, like I said? Or, you know, who knows? But I definitely believe that they're going to do it. Anything to get Sony and Activision more money, they'll do it. So, that's the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you on the next one. This is NinjaGeek. I'm out. And peace.